What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of You Heard What I Said podcast. And today we talking about concerts. Yes, 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 because we both went to one. Different ones. Let's see if you could guess what it is. What's up, Keon?
What's up,
What's going on?
We're playing the guessing game today, huh?
Guessing game. Do. And I'm sure if you all see the color of my attire, you can tell where I've been.
Hey,
What's going on with you?
look like you've been. I'm not gonna go there. This is rated PG.
Everybody know if you wearing brown, that was specified on the person's site that this is the color that you're supposed to be wearing. So I was like, let me put back on my brown. Let me have
Repeat
like a
that again. All right.
little bit of brown up in there.
Wait, repeat that again. What you just said.
Brown was the color. Like the artist said, come to the concert wearing brown.
Okay.
So
Dude,
I
I thought you talking about working. I thought you talking about working out or something.
No, I had to represent. Even though I did work out today.
The concert I went to, one of the outfits was black, so I guess I'm good. So I'm not about to change. They didn't there was no specification on that end. I was told by my daughter to wear, a certain color. Dude, anyway, I was told to wear. All right, check this out. Before we even get into it, so I was told to wear red, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I went and bought a red shirt.
All right.
Thankfully, I showed it to her like the night before. She like, she like, you're not gonna wear that one. She like, you look like a salesman. You know what I'm saying? Like a door-to-door salesman.
So you were not concert ready.
No, so I had to end up getting what I showed beforehand, and she was like, "Yeah,
Okay.
that's better." So I had a backup, but I guess mine was too bright to wear. Where it would have been some embarrassment, like she would have been walking like 20 feet behind me. But anyway, my
bad. That's hilarious. But let's start off by saying I love that there was a father-daughter concert. That is super duper cute.
Yeah, 3 months in the waiting. 3 months in the waiting, because yeah, she got teary-eyed when she got teary-eyed when she thought that she wasn't gonna go because it was like in the middle of a school week.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, we ain't doing that, And then she found out it was on a Saturday, and then I was still like, no, we ain't doing that. Because I looked at the ticket prices. I'm like, I don't know if we can do that. But then she just like called out and just gave me the whole spiel about everything. So we made it happen. Then we were like, which one do you want, mommy or daddy to go? And guess who went? So
look, I am super excited, to hear about your concert. That is awesome. I love it. But as you guys can see, we went to see Breezy. Yes,
did you
20.
when he did that dance? Did y'all do that dance that's all on social media?
You know what? I do. Oh, I got a little fruit fly or something up in here. whatever that dance is. I didn't do it because I think we talked about like us at concerts and how, me and my coordination, I got rhythm but no coordination. So I do my own little dancing. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I didn't do it, but there were a lot of people stand. There were people like 2 rows in front of us. So it didn't like impact us, but it impacted the row right before us. They stood up through the entire concert. So the people right in front of us were pissed. They literally like had to leave. Luckily we had aisle seats, so we were right on the end. and they literally had to get out and like stand on the stairs in order to see the concert because the other people would not sit down, And I get it because that guy, he definitely gave a performance. Like, yeah, it was worth all the money.
That's
it was
crazy.
worth
There's a huge difference, man, between your concert and my concert. But go ahead, Fit. It was definitely worth it. I mean, I've seen the videos of different, different shows because he's wearing different outfits, doing that dance and everything like that. And I'm sure it was great. So tell me about it. Tell me.
Yeah, we didn't go, and it was me and my bestie. Yeah. Bestie. We did not go in our city because our city sold out in like minutes. We were there like online ready, you know what I'm saying? Had cards already ready, like in the cart. But it was like I had got through, so then I'm trying to chime in like, okay, which seats, and then my bad. Look, that's what happens when you already 4 shots in, when I thought I was 3, but the person I was drinking with had to remind me that no, it was actually 4. That's when you know it's a problem, when you lose count.
I'm glad you didn't get pulled over.
No, I was at the house. I was safely at home.
No, I'm talking about pulled over to the numbers. You know how they always, how many drinks have you had? Oh, about 2, and then also whoever's next to you, no, it was 5. Whatever.
Yes, let's take a drink. Matter of fact, it ain't even no alcohol up in here because I'm like, I gotta calm it down. Yes. Mm-hmm. It had hit me hard too. I was like, dang, this is shot number 2. They was like, yeah, no, it's actually 3. I was like, oh, really? And then we had to take another one just because. Just because I didn't remember.
Hey, it's all good.
It's like that sometimes. It's like
I wish it was that easy. If you got how many hit, take another one in. I wish it was like that in college. I forget everything, man.
Look, everybody who know me knows that I'm a lightweight, so it don't take much to get me messed up. It does not take much. But back to Breezy. Yeah. So it was great. There was so many like memes and posts. I don't know if memes is the right word, but posts, especially this one lady who she's like walking out the concert. You can still hear Breezy like performing in the background, and she's like, look, I'm tired. Like, Breezy, like, I love you, but I'm tired and I need to go home. I got toddlers at home. Like, I paid $200 for these tickets and you gave us $400 worth of a show. She's like, I gotta go. Like, this is ridiculous. Because that is the one dude, when I tell you he did not take breaks, the only time he was not on stage was to go and change his clothes. So most of the time it was either all of a sudden he was gone for just a couple of minutes and you come back and you see him with a different outfit on, or if it was for him to move from one stage to another stage. Like, he did not stop. It's like, I don't know where you get that energy from, because baby, it would not be me. But yeah, it was awesome. I've only been to a few concerts in my lifetime, but yes, this definitely ranked number 1. Yeah, he performed. And shout out to Summer Walker and Bryson Tiller. They opened up for him and they did a great job as well. We got there early because they said doors open at 5:30, show starts at 7. And when I say Breezy don't play, that show started at 6:57. When I looked at my phone, I'm like, it wasn't even 7 o'clock. You started before 7 o'clock. He was not playing any games. And I love it for that. I don't like when I'm sitting there waiting for hours for the doggone show to start. So yeah, it was good. I'm gonna post some videos of the audience. It was a sold out show, all seats, you know what I'm saying, packed. it definitely was a vibe. It was a vibe. So a lot
So
of
y'all had
people.
it. Did they have? How was the stage? Did they have? Of course, they had like the stage, and then they had monitors and stuff like that, so you can see them up
Yeah,
close.
yeah, it had monitors. Yeah, no, so we had our seats in the we were in the second level, second section or whatever. So we had good. So I love that because you're kind of like on an incline. So I would never buy floor seats for a concert because you won't be able to see anything. I have to have some type of incline. So at least, you know what I'm saying, if I do this, because look, I'm short, y'all. I'm only 5'4.5". Don't forget my half. So you know what I'm saying? So I need to be able to see what's going on. So either section 1 or section 2. And it was just only section 2 that was left. All the section 1 was sold out by the time we got those tickets. Because like I said, in my hometown, when I tell you, my bestie was like, I'm number and this might sound outrageous, but it was like she was like in the thousands in the queue waiting to try to get the seats. Like it was that crazy. She like, I'm number 16,000 and such and such. It's like, wait, what?
So y'all tried your hometown, and then as
We
soon as
tried
it
our
sold out,
hometown.
y'all went straight there.
Well, no, we didn't go straight there. We tried our hometown first because it was like a group of us that were going, and so we were all in there. We were ready, and like I said, we on the phone with each other. So I'm texting her like, okay, they got section blah blah blah. You cool with that? And as soon as we like, okay, yeah, get those seats right there. And she was already telling me like she was like 16,000 something in the queue, so she hadn't even seen the seats. I was lucky to get the seats.
Okay.
Yeah, I had my child, so because we were in the midst of doing something, so I'm driving, so he's in there. So you know, them younger ones, you know, they type a little fast.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm with
so
you.
he was ready, so he got us in there. But by the time we found out the seats, which was only like maybe 3-4 minutes before, you know, we were like, yep, pick those. When I went to go buy it was like, sorry, like no more seats, you know what I'm saying? Like taking me from one place to another, and to come to find out like they were all sold out. It was booked because we didn't do pre-sale. So they had already had pre-sale tickets for the event. We didn't do pre-sale, so we was just at regular tickets. So most of them were already gone. So about time we got in there,
we did.
It was over with.
I did it. We did it the day of pre-sale, I think.
Okay,
because she was like, she wasn't playing. And she was upset because I guess one section was already, you know, taken in the pre-sale. And she was like, come on, you know. Anyway, go ahead, finish.
Yeah, no. I get it. So we were like, we guess we ain't going. And then maybe a couple of days later, close to like maybe 3, 4, 5 or whatever days later, she was like, ooh, they got tickets, you know, in the city that's close by. And she was like, what you think about over here? And I'm like, oh, well, that would work. And she like, yeah, they got some tickets. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. She's that friend where, I don't know if you see like that post like, hi, my name is Janet and I booked the tickets. And then you be like, hi, my name is Sarah and then they cut you off. Hi, my name is Janet and I'm the one who booked the room. Hi, my name is Sarah and because it's always that one person to do something. So yes, bestie, I do recognize that that's you because she booked the tickets. She got the hotel room. Like she did it all in all. It was like, how much do I owe? I'll tell you.
You know, like so funny.
That's how it goes.
I'm gonna cut it. All right. So my wife sent me a text. It wasn't about that, but it was about marriage. And this, I'm just gonna read it real quick about what she sent me because it's kind of related to that. She said it says hold on one second. All right. It says marriage is when one person handles the passports, itinerary, boarding passes, and hotel bookings, while the other person asks, "Where are we going again?" You know?
That's definitely our dynamic.
Yeah.
And I am asking those questions because we went to another event this past Friday, and I'm like, "Where are we going again? Like, what time?" Because I always said she's that friend where it's like, You want to go to? Yep. Like I'm not gonna say no. Wherever she, yep, I'm there. Where you want? So I didn't know where we was going, what it was about, anything. I just know she got some tickets, and I'm like, I'm there. Like whoever it is, I'm there.
How long? How long was the concert? Was it 2 hours? I mean, well, I take that back. It was probably more. Okay, I'm sorry, 4. You said my bad. 4. So 4, just him, or 4?
No, it wasn't. So it, like I said, it was supposed to start at 7. It started a couple of minutes before. So Summer Walker did like about 30 minutes, and then it was like a first. It started since the doors open at 5:30. Like he had his DJ come up. Now I believe he calls himself a DJ, but it's like a DJ / hype man, and no disrespect or whatever, because he was great. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what like his official title is or whatever, but he was great. So he came out there getting the crowd hype, playing like, you know what I'm saying, some of everybody else's music, people, you know, dancing to it. He showed some people like in the crowd, you know what I'm saying? So he was fantastic where he kept like the energy or whatever going. So he started that first. And then Summer Walker did about 30 minutes for her show. And then it was like a little short intermission where he came out, hyped us all up again. And then Bryson Tiller came out, and then he came out again, hyped everybody up. And then it was like, okay. Because everybody kept saying, like, all the ushers, they like, Chris Brown start at 8:30. Like they kept letting everybody know he's on at 8:30, so they would let people know like he starts on time and he'll be ready. And definitely at 8:30, all of a sudden, like you see, like you said, the monitors up there, monitors came on, and it was like, oh, we ready, because you know people try to get their drinks, get whatever food, snacks, you know what I'm saying. So everybody running back like he about to start. So he started at 8:30 and ended between like 11 and 11:30. I really don't know exactly what time. Okay. So, because I did leave I probably left at like where he had one song left, because I'm like, let me go use the bathroom before everybody come out and flood. You know, when you get over 40, it's like, let me go tinkle. So when I came back, Bessie was already at the stairs, you know what I'm saying, waiting for me. And as I came out the bathroom, you could hear him. So he only had one song left when I went into the bathroom. You could hear him doing his like thank yous and, you know what I'm saying, all of that. And so we didn't even go back to the seats when I came back. We just left. So like I said, it was somewhere between 11 and 11:30.
Man, you can tell the difference between the R&B concert and a different concert. R&B concerts until the sun comes up. And others is like boom, you know. Anyway, so he played all the songs that you wanted to hear.
He did like 50 songs. That's why everybody was like, "Oh my goodness!" That's why you hear like all the doggone posting stuff like, "Dude." Like we tired is definitely meant more for the younger crowd who got that stamina, whose bedtime ain't 9 o'clock. So, but you know, he did great. And even the songs that weren't like on the playlist, because they do have like a playlist, like if you just wanted to know what was on there, they showed it. So like I said, it was about 50 songs, but he did like a quick you know, all right, and this is for those that are not on the list. And he did, you know what I'm saying, a little short little preview or whatever of the song of probably maybe about 5 to 10 of them were songs that weren't on the list. And he went on and sang through. Now, mind you, it's not like 50 songs all the way through. You know what I'm saying? He does one song, goes, you know what I'm saying, a little bit to another, whatever. But it was a lot. Like he's a performer too. You know what I'm saying? So you don't just get the singing, which this man, now when I tell you he sounds like his songs, like you didn't have to worry about that at all, to be like, is that you? Like something wrong with your voice today? He sounds exactly like he does on the record. You don't have to worry about that at all. So yeah, he definitely did his performance. He did his flying through the air. I got some little quick little videos, so we'll put those on there. He did his flying in the air. He did his let me pick the female out the audience and put you on the couch. He did that too. Yes, he did everything. He did everything. So he did not disappoint at all. I would definitely see him again if I had the opportunity. I'll make sure that I took a nap beforehand though. You know.
Take a nap, take a little shot of energy shot.
Right.
Little 3-5 hour energy shots.
Right. And we had the nerve to hang out afterwards too. So I don't know what we were thinking. I was definitely exhausted when I got back home. So but yeah, I had a great time. Yeah, a definitely great time.
It's breezy.
Breezy.
Yes.
It was great.
So was the whole crowd in brown?
No. You would probably say maybe 50% was brown, and then the other 50.
Other people had to show up, try to impress.
Actually, I mean, you had like a few people there who, you know what I'm saying, females might have had like their heels on and all that. But a lot of people were just comfortable. And then you had like out of that other 50%, probably 40% of the other 50 just had on their Chris Brown t-shirts. They had on their merch. Like, because we wanted to get some t-shirts. That merch line was ridiculous. When we got in there, because we were there before 5:30, before the doors open. So we were standing in the line. Luckily, we had our fans. Make sure if it's summertime or whatever, and you outside, get your little mini fans because they came in handy. Oh,
we didn't have it.
Come on now, we talked about this.
We had the fan I had, I was told was too cheap, and I didn't realize that it was not too cheap, but it wasn't producing enough air or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And I found that out while we were like on the way there. So.
Yeah, but I mean, something would definitely help. So yeah, we had our fans. So we got moving in, and once we got inside, like it was already probably about at least 100 people in the line waiting to get shirts while we were there. So we were like, we ain't waiting in that line. Like, let's go get some food and drinks and
we waited in that line. We did.
Now, what's the difference? Like, how much was y'all shirts going for?
90. Oh, the jersey was 90.
How much were the t-shirts?
65, I think.
They were more than, because I was like, we were like $50 for a t-shirt, so that was good compared to y'all. Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
This I don't say genre, but this type of what, like R&B, hip hop, this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. This type of whatever is different. It's different. If it was 200, it was still been sold out like it was.
There were a lot of people. Because like I said, we were on the edge, so I can see. Because literally right on the other side of the stairs of me, I could look down and see the where the merch is being sold. And yeah, that line did not stop. Like people were missing a concert just to make sure that they got a t-shirt. It was like, really? Like you could just buy it online. But yeah.
I'm so glad, Jennifer. I'm surprised next time you might want to get floor seats so you can get on stage and get on that couch.
Absolutely not. That floor, like everybody was standing up. I see people's views like, do not spend all this money on those floor seats they like, because this is what you see. Like you can't see anything.
Wait, the stage wasn't elevated from the floor seats?
Yeah, but it's so many, like everybody is like at eye level. So everybody's standing up, you know what I'm saying, in front of you. Because a lot of those floor seats were like standing tickets. So people were just standing, you know what I'm saying, there. Okay. No, not this 40 plus body. It is not meant to be standing for hours. I can't do that no more.
This 50 plus body had no choice but to stand the whole concert.
You stood the whole. Well,
everybody did. Everybody, 100% of the people did.
Well,
the whole entire concert, 100% did.
Let's talk about it because Breezy, baby, you did not disappoint. So yes, kudos to you. You did a phenomenal job. And now let's get on to Keon and his concert.
Man, I don't know.
Who did you go see?
It's totally different, totally different crowd, totally different everything. It was probably about 90% women, girls,
But that was
whatever.
pretty much probably like ours. It was more
Yeah.
females than
Okay.
guys. Yeah.
I take that back. It was probably about 95%.
Mhm. Mhm.
Black over 50, about 0.00000. You know what I'm saying? But I felt comfortable as hell though. I was kicking it. I was just making sure my daughter had one of the best weekends in her life. So it was all good. All right. So I guess to start off, so okay. So the group is K. My daughter's into K-pop.
Okay.
So the group is called.
Popular.
It's very popular. K-pop groups have a very heavy, loyal following. I'll put
Yeah.
it that way.
Mhm.
And it's different than R&B kind of
Mhm.
following. Very different.
Yeah.
But the group is called Ateez,
Okay.
Ateez, and
Okay.
it's 8 members. And I'm not even about to go into any history or anything like that because I'm gonna be told, nope, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. So I'm still learning. But Ateez was a popular group. They've been around for maybe 10 years, maybe.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like I kind of because like ours was not in our city either. We had to drive 4 to 5 hours depending upon
Mhm.
how you want to call it with traffic. It
Yeah.
was crazy.
That was like
Every
ours. Mhm.
we drove 75 for like 10 minutes and all of a sudden construction. 75 10 minutes construction. So back and forth. I was like,
Gosh, we had like the same life, the same experience. That's crazy. That was us.
yeah. So throughout so it took about 5 total to get about 4.5 to get
Mhm.
there, and so it was a concert within a concert because we had a
Mhm.
chance to listen to from the beginning of the first album to
Mhm.
present. So we had a chance
Mhm.
to listen to like from 2016 or whatever to present. But AT's
Okay.
phenomenal group. So let me kind of backtrack. We got tickets pre-sale 3 months ago.
Mhm.
So back in early summer or like May or whatever. I think it was
Mhm.
in May.
Mhm.
So just wait, patient, and I had to do we had to do it because it wasn't cheap. It was more than your ticket prices that we paid
Okay.
for.
Mhm.
And our daughter was like, we were like, dude, finally we agreed to get it, and we were just like, all right, both parents aren't going to be able to go because it's just
Right.
crazy expensive. So you
Mhm.
pick which one, and she picked me. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. So
Yay.
yeah, so I'm looking because it was pre-sale, so there was a lot of seats available, and so I was trying to figure out the best seats available for not 500-600 a ticket, what's less than that, and so we found our tickets were mezzanine,
Mhm.
um, right off. It was like section 121, so it was right at an angle, but pretty much visible. We weren't up
Yeah.
top. We weren't in the here. We weren't. It was at a baseball field.
Okay.
But it was a dome, so it was a baseball field, and it was well, if it was enclosed, so it had it was covered, so inside. But so it all started. So it was this past Saturday. Everything started. I'll just everything started Saturday morning. Okay, so the concert
Mhm.
was Saturday at 8,
Mhm.
and so it was about 4 or 5 hour drive. So we woke up and we were just like, we woke up, got ready, and we hit the road about 9 or 10 or so.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so as soon as we get in the car, my daughter, she wanted to sit in the back seat, so in case she got tired, so she can lay down, whatever. But
Mhm.
she already had the Bluetooth on. She already had her playlist going. So it was probably, I forgot how many. It was like 9 hours worth of music
Mhm.
that she had set ready. Yeah, she had it played from the first album to the recent, and she promised she wasn't going to skip. She did skip a few songs, a few
Uh-huh.
solos, but she had it all set and ready to go. So she got in the back seat, and right before I pull off, she's like, "Oops, my eyeglass frame popped out." So brand new glasses she had, and her right, I believe it was whatever, one of her lenses just popped out.
That's
So I was like,
crazy. So
I'm
that was
like,
the hiccup you were talking
no,
about?
oh hell, I wish it was, but no, that wasn't a hiccup. That's just how it started. So the hiccup is coming when we get there. So my wife is like, so about 5 minutes she's playing around with it, pops it in there, but we're
Mhm.
still like, let's go to the where we got where we got the
Mhm.
glasses, and so we went there, and they were really cool about it because
Okay.
we've gone there, we got glasses there last year, and they're real cool people. Man, I tell you,
Mhm.
the people who work there are phenomenal. They they're great people. And
Mm-hmm.
so he popped it in there, cleaned it, fixed it, whatever. So then we're on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So we get there, and it's just like K-pop fans are to me the most loyal, nicest, friendly, open, all shapes, sizes, race, color, whatever, just everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to the hotel, and there's someone that's there too. And they, it's my daughter. She's 15. Starts talking with them because they're all, got their, got the. You tell
Right.
because they're dressed,
Mm-hmm.
different.
Yeah.
When I say different, nothing bad. They're
Yeah. No,
dressed,
I know.
you know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
they got whatever on. So we check in. We check in, and then they tell us that there's a shuttle that'll take us from the hotel to the stadium,
That's
and because
nice.
it's only like, it was like 1.7 miles away. So we were
You
like,
didn't even ask about that.
yeah, they told us they told us, they're like, yeah, there's a shuttle, and they had a nowadays with technology, they was like, yeah, back there there's a QR code, scan that, and it'll tell you more
Mm-hmm.
about the shuttle and all that stuff. And so the
Mm.
concert was at 8. The doors opened at 6, and the parking lots opened at 4:30.
Okay.
So we're like, so there was a 4:15 shuttle, which would get there like 4:35 because they had to go to 3 different hotels besides
Mm-hmm.
ours. Then there was a 4:30 one. So we're like, okay, we'll do the 4:30 one, which will get there at 4:50. So we go
Mm-hmm.
upstairs, change, freshen up, change to our, outfits and everything like that. And as we do that, I'm checking, all the tickets are sold out for the shuttle.
No.
So we're like, we gotta drive, because it was like, it would have been $12 round trip, no hassle. You picks up
Yeah.
here. There's a location where it picks up after the concert. So we were like, let's
Mm-hmm.
do it. But all the seats were done. So we're like, all right,
Wow.
we gotta drive. So whatever. So we hadn't eaten yet. So we
Mm-hmm.
decided, to go eat. And I look, and there's a Wendy's right around the corner. She wants a salad. So we go to Wendy's. And by this time, it's about 4.
Okay.
So we were going to go, and then we were trying to decide if we were going to eat there or take it back to the hotel, which was literally
Mm-hmm.
like right around the corner. So we
Mm-hmm.
still hadn't figured that out yet. But then finally we decided we're just going to take it back to the hotel, eat, brush our teeth, and then go.
Mm-hmm.
So we get the food, get back in the car, press the button, car doesn't start.
That's not what I was expecting. Wait, what?
This is a less than 2-year-old car, brand new, no issues. No issues, no prior issues. Like I said, it's a brand new car, pretty much. Car doesn't start. We're in the parking lot.
Whoa.
We got our food, and we're about to go back to the hotel, eat real quick, freshen up, go straight over there because she wanted to get there, boom, like right away.
Right.
Push the button, car doesn't start. I'm like, hold on. Let me turn the steering wheel. Let me make sure I got my foot on the brake. Push the button, lights flicker, car doesn't start.
I know my niece was panicking.
I didn't even look. I didn't even look over there. I didn't even look over there. I'm straight up just like, I'm trying to be calm, because I'm trying to be calm. I'm like, please tell me I'm not dreaming this, So I step out for a second. I'm like, I'm not dreaming. And so I get back, doesn't start. So I call my wife. I'm like, babe, car won't start. I'm like, we're on our way to the concert. Car won't start. And so I'm just in a panic mode. Because right then, so many things are racing in my head. I'm like, okay, it's about 4:30 at this time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, shuttle's is full. I'm like, do I call my god sister and
Right.
which is still 45 minutes away?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and they say, hey, can you come? Or do I call an Uber?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of all alternatives because we cannot miss this concert. I'm not walking a mile and a half to where I don't even know where I'm at. To the concert. We're all dressed up. She got on some, some not heels, but some, stack shoes, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can't
Oh,
walk in those.
you gotta send me the
I'll show
picture.
you. We didn't take many because she's not
Yeah.
she doesn't like taking pictures because I gotta delete it, but I record. I'll tell you about it. But I recorded the show,
Uh-huh.
and I kind of got to try to record her for a second.
Yeah.
Dude, her face was like, "I'm gonna kick you," so I'm gonna have to delete that. She didn't like to be the center of attention at all. But anyway,
Yeah.
so I wait a second. I'm just like patient, like, come on, I pray. I'm like, come on, Lord, please, like, please, I'm asking, I'm begging you,
Not
because
today.
I'm like, not today, please. And then I press it one more time, and it chuckles, and then comes on.
Okay.
So I'm like, babe, we ain't going back to the hotel. We're going straight there right now. So and let's get there. I don't know what's gonna happen when the concert's over, but let's deal with it after it's over. Let's go to the concert.
Yeah.
So we get I'm like, I'm just freaking out, man. Like, what the, So we finally get to the concert. So we finally get to the parking lot. First of all, we get there and it's like a parade going on. I mean, it's 4:30 and the concert is starting till 8. It's 4:30 and several lots are already full. We got to go here, turn around. We finally got a lot that was across the baseball field, the old baseball field versus the new one. And we got a good spot, second spot to the exit and entrance. So we got a good spot.
Good.
I don't know how much parking was. Oh, you said you took an Uber, but it was like $55 to park.
We lucked up because if we had got the Uber right then and there, I think they were charging like 40 something. But we scheduled it either that morning or the night before. We scheduled it. So since we scheduled it, they didn't give us those like whatever they call those types of rates. So we only had to pay $14. So yeah. Yeah, and that was all because we scheduled it. So if y'all want to Uber, make sure y'all schedule it so y'all don't have to get those crazy, ridiculous rates.
I know. So it's $25, but I expect it to be whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't even care. I mean, this weekend, I'm not sure how much we spent,
but you knew you were prepared to.
Yeah, I was prepared to just go unlimited. I felt like I had a black card. I was like, I didn't even think about it. So I just wanted to, oh wait, before that, so let me backtrack a little bit. So like I said, I wanted to make this so special because it's her favorite group. She didn't know if she was ever gonna see him again. Her first concert. So I just wanted to make it as special as could be.
Right.
So I had this goodie bag. And it had like OMG best day ever on the bag, and I had all this. I had some Korean banana puffs that she like she wanted. Like one time we went to this Korean store, the Asian store, and they had it. But I was like, no, we ain't. I was like, I ain't buying that right now. For a small bag, it was a little pricey. I'm like, no, wait a minute. Next time, then today I was gonna surprise her. Like a couple weeks later, they were sold out. And so I went a couple of days before the concert, and they had it. So I put that in there. I bought this, and the whole theme for the Ateez was like some yellow something, I guess lemon drop, whatever. But I bought some lemon head candy. I bought these little pokey king things. Then I went to the Ateez to the K-pop store, and she needed some more cards, some blank cards, because she has like hundreds of different of the cards of her group. I bought some blank cards, and then I bought this little necklace that had Ateez ring on it, and then she's been drinking like this diet sweet tea, and so I bought a 6-pack of like a 16 ounce of diet sweet tea. So I put 2 in there, and we did all, and then my wife made some brownies, so we had a little goodie bag so in the front seat. So when she got in, and I'm like, this girl didn't want us in the back seat. I'm like, dude. So I had to like, dude, do you see what's in the front seat? So anyway, so I had that
thoughtful daddy.
I had to make it special, so we had that. All right, so we get there, and dude, man, like I said, people were dressed, whether if it was, just heels on, boots, stilettos, whatever, or dresses. I mean, I just saw more cheeks on, versus cheeks on the face than ever. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Anyway, but anyway, so we get there, and she's like, see, I knew we should have, got there, because by the time we got there, there was already at 4:30, well, 4:45 by that time. Even though doors didn't open up till 6, there was already a huge line just to get in, there. So I'm like, do you want to wait in the car? Do you want to wait out? She was like, I want to wait outside. And this is a person that is allergic to outside. You know what I mean? She's allergic to the outside, but she wanted to hang out with the. She wanted to just enjoy the whole environment. And like I said, everybody was dressed. It was thousands of people there at 4:30 outside for an hour and a half, and a lot of people were giving away cards of the band members and everything like that.
Okay.
So that's she said. She was like, yeah, they do that at K-pop concerts. People just they have hundreds and hundreds of cards and they just give them away to everybody. So she got all these cards from all these from her members, from all these different people.
Oh,
So
nice.
so the doors open at 6. We get in there about 10 after because they were quick to let people in. And then we got in there and she has a light stick because every K-pop group has a light stick. And so it's so you can sync it. And so like there's an app and you sync it, and then like there's probably, I don't know, 60,000 people maybe. Because it was a baseball field stadium, so probably 60,000 maybe. And depending upon the song, depending upon the beat, whatever, all the lights that are set will turn blue or will flash this color and
That's
that
so
color.
cool.
And like, these K-pop, they just do it all. So they had their own light stick. So like when it started, it was everybody was all white. And then one song, it all turned blue flashing. And then in the middle of the song, it would turn yellow and red and this. And so... And like you have to program your seat because like the person next to you, it may be like red, white, red, white, whatever. And so depending upon your seat, it will flash a different color. So the whole stadium was pretty much synced. That pretty much everybody.
Is so cool.
It was pretty much everybody had one. And so we waited in line because she wanted jerseys, shirts, she wanted stuff, and she wanted to get it outside. And she told me it was $90. I'm like, let's see how much it is inside, so for just one jersey. And eventually what she really wanted got sold out at the section. But they had like 3 or 4 sections, which we didn't know. But our section, they sold out. But so we waited in line until concert started. We got in line about maybe 6:30. And we were there an hour in line. So we finally got stuff at about 7:30. And then we went to our seats. And then for the next, 15 minutes before the show started, we were trying to, because like there was a person at the desk to set her light stick up. So it would be synced with the stadium. But for a reason, it had she wanted to sit on the right side. We had like seats 3 and 4. So we were on the end. And she wanted to sit on my right side, which was closer to the stage. And I'm like, it's pretty much the same view. And she was like, let me sit here. So she sat here. She's like, nah, I want this seat. But I had them program her light stick for my seat.
Oh.
And so she unprogrammed it. And because of the fact that we were inside and all that stuff, the internet, we couldn't reprogram it. So we're trying. She tries hers and she's getting upset a little bit. I'm like, dude, we got this. We'll get it. We'll get it. So I go to my app. I tried to do it on my phone with no internet. And finally I got a little internet, and she was like, put me on your hotspot. So I set up my hotspot to try to, and so she scanned the QR code to try to get it going, didn't go. And it's by the time, like I said, it started at 8, and by the time it's like 7:55, still not, set. And so I'm just like trying everything. So finally I get on the stadium's Wi-Fi, and that still sucked. But basically, bottom line is at 7:59 we got it set.
My goodness.
So we got it set. The concert was phenomenal. I'm a K-pop fan. I'm an Ateez fan. I mean, like you said, I mean, there's people. I'm not gonna say any names that can dance and have dancers and can dance their butt off at concerts.
Yeah.
But aren't the greatest singers. There's
Mhm.
people that are phenomenal singers but don't have rhythm.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you, this K-pop group had both. They could dance their ass off. I mean, it's 8 of them, and they could dance their butts off like I can't believe. And then they could sing. I mean, of course, most of the songs are in Korean, but they also could speak English. So when they sing in like U.S. words and stuff, English words, it's very fluent, very easy to understand. But I mean, they could sing like crazy. I mean, it was unbelievable, and the crowd, like I said, as soon as they had an intro crowd, lights were still on, and they sang for about 15 minutes, and then they came on. Ateez came on at about maybe 8:20, and they were on to about 10:30. I guess 10:30, 10:40. So it was about
Mhm.
2 hours and 15 minutes
Yeah.
nonstop. Like you said, they changed a couple of times, but during the change, they had a band, a couple of drummers and the
Mhm.
guitarists. They were kind of playing, play something for a couple minutes. But like their intermission would be, they would come out after a song, after about 3 or 4 songs, they would come out and just start joke, because they're funny as hell, man. They would come out and just start
Okay.
joking and start talking and to the crowd and putting their faces in the screen and just joking, whatever. Then they would come back, sing some more, then talk and intro themselves and
Mhm.
all that stuff. But it was from start to finish. To me, honestly, I've been to a few. It's been decades since I've been to a concert, but this for sure is in my top 3.
Oh
They were,
wow.
they were, it was so incredible, and from start to finish, everybody was standing.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it didn't bother me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I this guy had to sit out a couple of times, because I had to stay to see it, but I had to sit down because number one, my daughter wanted me to record the whole show.
And you had enough battery life for that? Because our battery life
Yeah, I
is
bought my portable.
running
Yeah,
out.
I bought my portable. It got down
Oh,
to like
okay.
30, it got down to like 30%. Then I plugged in
Uh-huh.
my portable charger.
Okay, that's what I should have
But
did.
yeah, so I recorded like the first hour and 10 minutes, and then I saved that one just to make sure I didn't screw it up, because I
Right.
might hit a wrong button and hit delete. So I made sure I haven't even checked yet. So I hope that is recorded. But I recorded like first hour and 10 minutes, and then just stopped it, then re-recorded. It was like another hour, and then stopped it. Then like they did a final thing for like 15 minutes, whatever. So I'm recording the whole thing, and most about 90% of the time I'm standing up, but when they did like solos and stuff, I sat down and tried to record between the two
Mhm.
guys that were in front of me standing up. I mean, that were standing. But yeah, I recorded the whole thing. So the whole concert was from start to finish. It was unbelievable. I said, literally, I'm a fan. I have a favorite now because there's one guy. They all great in their own right, but there's one guy to me. He reminds me. He talks normal, but his voice goes high, but
Yeah.
it's just so perfect in my opinion.
Oh,
And I'm just like,
nice.
yo, and then on the way back, I told her that. So on the way back, when I'm listening about 5 or 6 of his solos,
Yeah.
but literally, it was it was it was it was it was one of the best. I ain't gonna front. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. This group, much applause to them. They were funny. They, like I said, you could tell that they're brothers. Whatever.
Mhm.
Because they bonded so much together because they just click. But the crowd, like I said, it's probably about 60, 70,000, and like I said, all the lights sync together. But
Mhm.
they are. I mean, these I don't say these people because I don't want to kind of say like these people, but the K-pop fans are so loyal and just so different to me, to like our us growing up, to to whatever, because it's, I don't know, it was just a different vibe, because everybody, I mean, not saying that nobody's there, I mean, they were all, everybody was happy, everybody was, you know, complimenting each other and what they were wearing.
Yeah.
Everybody's giving away each other free stuff to each other. Everyone was like, oh, where'd you get from? Just whatever. And it was just a whole different vibe that I got there. I felt, like, all right, I didn't feel out of place as a 50, with a plus-year-old dad. Yeah, bringing my daughter to it, I feel great, and everybody's complimenting. Oh, I love your chain, because she had it all set up. She had a little, some little chain, little thing to go to lock up her belt buckle and stuff, and she got all these compliments on that and compliments on this and the other, and she with her light stick, so 2 days before we went to Hobby Lobby, and we got 6 or 7 ribbons, different color ribbons, and she made her own bow with a combination of the ribbons. She made her own bow to put on her light stick, and so she cut, pasted. She had gems that she glued on and did a little bow, all this stuff. She said like
so artistic.
over an hour to attach it on there, but it was great. So concert's over 10:30 ish, whatever. So we walked to the car, and I'm just praying like, all right, please start, please start. And we get in the car. She's like, I just want to sit here for about half hour or so, because she just wanted to soak it all in, watch people go by, and all this stuff. So I push the car. I push it. It starts up. So I'm just like, all right. And so a few minutes later, I'm like, I can't wait 30 minutes. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Let's get out of here, man. And so we get out of the parking lot, and it's, these new cars got the start-stop thing, the auto stop and everything. So we get it. We get out of the
right, where like if you're not moving for a certain amount of time, it'll turn off. I do not like that at all.
It'll shut the engine off.
But you can turn that off.
On her car, it's simple. It's a button. On my car, which I left my car. I took her car because hers is newer.
Okay.
But mine, I read up on it. You gotta do some crazy stuff or some wiring stuff to do it. With her car, there's a button that you can just press, which I didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
So we get out of the parking lot, and every park, it's crazy. So we get out of the parking lot. I turn, and then stop and go. Auto shuts off. Lights flicker, the car turns off.
No.
In the middle of the street.
About this traffic.
In the middle of the traffic, in the middle of the street. So I'm panicking. I put on the forward with the hazard lights. I'm panicking. I'm pressing the buttons, putting my foot on the gas, and eventually it comes back on. And so I'm get us there. So I'm driving. So I'm going to the hotel, and of course, and a GPS in the car. I don't know what the hell, but a GPS in the car has us going to some apartments. It's dark, and all of a sudden we're in a parking lot of an apartment. And my daughter's like, I don't think we're at the hotel. I'm like, right, babe. I get on my phone and do my Google Maps, and we're 0.8 of a mile away from the hotel. Okay. So we get to the hotel, and that Sunday morning went to AutoZone, which was 2 miles away, and she did the little clip and tested the battery. The freaking battery, it said the message said 100% fail. So
look, we know it's been a minute since we've done an episode, because look, life be lifing. You know what I'm saying? and not even just lifing, we just be out here living. So we are definitely doing the best that we can, but we will be more consistent for you guys. But yeah, we just wanted to share our experiences of what we've been doing lately. And you know what? I'm going to also put on a little collage for y'all to be like, you know, Precious is July or her August or you know what I'm saying, her June, because your girl, she been outside. I know I haven't really posted some stuff, but I've been outside. So yeah, I'll let you guys know what I've been doing. I think that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, so how can everybody reach you, Keon?
Well, I can be reached at Keon said 37 on
Okay.
pretty much all the platforms. If they're new platforms, I ain't on it. What about you, Precious?
Shoot, I don't even know what I am anymore after that one. Precious said 888 Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. Yeah, follow your girl. Right. You know they be doing that now.
Okay.
Yeah, right. You got to get up on that.
or do I do it slower though? Because I don't. This looks like I don't know. I gotta watch it to see what they're doing. Cause I don't want to be.
Goodness, look, you guys make sure that you like, share, subscribe. You know, ring that bell, all the good stuff. Yeah, because we are here for y'all and we appreciate you guys. But if you haven't seen Breezy yet, or
Ateez, actually, yeah, we were the last U.S. city.
Oh, okay.
So then they went to Mexico City, and then you'll probably know where the hell I was at then.
Well, look,
it doesn't matter. But and then I guess they're going back. You know,
Breezy's still here. He's still traveling. So if you ain't got no tickets, I don't know about them resale tickets though. I saw somebody posting talking about $9,000 for some floor seats. Like, what the heck? What the hell? That's probably crazy.
That's probably a guarantee to get on that couch.
Exactly. Like, oh my goodness. But yeah, he's definitely worth every penny. And when I tell you, because we had got on like our future sister, her dad had got us a party bus. When I tell you we had to walk like 50 million miles to get to this party bus because you know what I'm saying, all the streets were like blocked off. Oh my goodness. Like I said, I definitely got my steps in. So we didn't ride there on a party bus. They were gonna come and get us, but we wanted to get there earlier than they did. So yeah, it was a vibe though, and she's definitely a vibe. Me and my bestie Keisha, we were like, oh, we found us a new bestie. She's definitely a good time. So we appreciate you and thank you again for the party bus. And I think I know I thanked you beforehand, but I'm gonna have to send you a text and thank you again because I appreciate you. Yes. Look, so yeah, that was it, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
All right.